Hi there, Making Love here. Today we're going to be sterilizing the bottles for brewing and talking about bottle cleaning. Now, first of the things you might need for bottle cleaning are bottle brushes. This is what you use to clean any debris, especially if they've been used before. They might have some residue inside. This is really good for just scrubbing them out and getting them clean. And then secondly is the sterilization process, which I use boiling water. So right here I have my bottles in a pot. I find it works best this way. Pour boiling water into them and around the bottles. Just make sure when you're doing this process, you do not add any cold water or cooler water to the bottles because it could cause the temperature differential with glass. It'll try to expand and it'll just shatter, and you can blow out these bottles by doing that. Hi there, we're back again. Now we're going to start the sterilization process. So the bottles are in the pot. Got 3 of them here. These are about 1 liter bottles. I got my boiling water here. The reason I use boiling water mostly is because it's cheap and I know it's probably going to kill everything. Also, I have the rest of my bottles up here ready to go. I put some paper towels in the sink, so when the bottles are done, rinse them out. I poured it out, the water out of them. I can just put them there, let them dry a little bit, cool down slowly. You don't want to crack the bottles. Now there are also other things called bottle racks or bottle holders, and they are used for drying the bottles so the bottles can sit upside down. This is usually if you have a longer process. I'm going to be racking. Racking is the process of using this Auto-Siphon right here to pull the wort out, which is the solution inside of the wort tank, the fermenter. That's when we pour it in. That's when it's called racking it. Now be careful when you're pouring this in here because you can get a little trap there and it can spit back at you, and this is boiling water. So it is quite warm. We'll also be using this pot for when we're siphoning from the wort tank, the fermenter, into the bottles. Because sometimes you're going to have to go from bottle to bottle, or you're going to have to pour a little bit out because you filled it too high. You don't want to be doing that, but it'll help us retain our wort here because we've used a lot of work. It's just taken 5 weeks to ferment to full strength. We really don't want to waste any of it because there's a lot of work and effort, and that's cost right there. There you go. Hi there. Now for the bottling process, or the racking process, I place my Auto-Siphon in the wort. This is going to help us extract the wort, and it gives it a little space off the bottom because we still have a little bit of sediment down here. And it's very important that the solution that you're pouring it into is at a lower point this right here is at a higher point, and what you're putting it into is at a lower point, because gravity will pull through this, will act as if you're just pulling it out. You're not going to have to keep pumping this thing. You're just going to have to pump it once or twice, and then you start tapping your bottles. And when you want to start slowing down, you just start pulling up on this so the air gets into it, or you just pull the straw and keep it at a higher point, and it'll stop. The solution will stop coming out. So now we're going to start. This is the Auto-Siphon one. It's definitely worth the money. No. Pushing a little bit of air into it. Isn't quite enough the first time. Now it's using gravity to pull all of this out. And this is going to be the color of the end product of the wine right here. Now, it's not completely clear right now. You can pre-clear it and then siphon it. But I like to have a little bit on the bottom because I like it to be a little carbonated. Gives it a nice, like, it looks like a fog coming out from the bottle almost when you pop it. It's very aesthetically pleasing. Let's see. Now you want it slow and steady. See, now when I pull it up, it stops. These easy bottles here are very well worth it because you don't have to like try to cap it, and they're extra strong so they can take the fermentation. So if you use a normal wine bottle when you're corking these with fermentation, it's a very good likelihood they could blow up in your house, and other than scare the shit out of you, it could make quite the mess. As you see right there, nothing's been lost. A little bit poured out, but it's in the pot. See right there, you can see it pouring out. Go. Hope it came out. Just hold on to it. Right there. There we go. And now it's still in the tube. We don't got to put more air into it. And we just cap these bottles. With the easy top, it's very simple. Put it on there, just push down. There we go, a bottle of Mead. Now I recommend letting this set. Possibly if you have a refrigerator, that might be best. Because what's going to happen is it's going to go clear and you're going to be able to see your hand straight through the bottle. But right now, it's pretty dark. This is about 1 liter, about a quart of wine. Do remember that this wine has active yeast. So if you eat a lot of starchy foods or you end up drinking the sediment on the bottom, because you go bottles up, this has happened a few times with people I've given this to, it will start fermenting in your stomach. And it will give you a greater effect of the alcohol than, than otherwise would from normal 12% non-active yeast. That's also why we're using a lot sturdier bottles with these easy caps on them, because they can take the pressure that's going to build up inside of these bottles. And that's it for mead brewing. Give you the best of luck on your ventures in brewing, and we'll be back.